Welcome back to Charlie Talks Global, where today we're diving into the vibrant cultures that make our world so fascinating.
Welcome to the deep dive. If you've been keeping an eye on Silicon Valley lately, you've probably heard some, frankly, mind-boggling numbers being thrown around.
Absolutely, especially for top AI talent.
Exactly. We're seeing salary offers that aren't just high, they seem to be shattering the old ceiling completely.
It's really a fascinating time. You hear that phrase, talent is the most expensive commodity.
Yeah.
Well, right now, especially in AI, that's not just a saying. It's, literal economic reality playing out.
Totally. So today we're going to dig into this really intense bidding war for AI professionals.
Yeah.
We want to look closely at Meta because they seem to be incredibly aggressive.
Right.
Our mission here is to unpack the scale of these, frankly, unprecedented pay packages, figure out who the key players are, maybe understand Meta's strategy behind it all.
And there's also an interesting demographic angle to this talent scramble we should touch on.
Definitely. And for this deep dive, we're drawing on some recent reporting from 36Qr, so it gives us a pretty fresh perspective on how it's all unfolding.
Good stuff.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Silicon Valley's AI world. It's described as being in a state where it's unable to work quietly. It sounds like a frenzy.
It really does. We're seeing this shift where, top talent is genuinely becoming maybe the most valuable resource of this century.
And it seems to have escalated fast, right? I mean, the first big shockwaves, they really started when Sam Altman, OpenAI's founder, he personally called out Meta's poaching tactics.
Yeah, you basically put it out there.
And the numbers that started flying around then were just staggering. We heard reports, pretty credible ones, of total packages up to, $100 million offered by Zuckerberg himself to people at OpenAI.
That figure definitely got attention. Jiao Yu from OpenAI was one name rumored to be in that sort of $100 million range.
Oh, wow.
But, it's important to add some context. Meta's CTO, Andrew Bosworth, he did clarify that, look, pay like that is for very few senior positions.
Okay, so not everyone's getting that.
No, definitely not. Your typical senior engineers at Meta, say E7 to E9 level, they're usually in the $1.5 million to $5 million annual range, which is obviously huge already.
Still huge, yeah.
But poaching offers might bump that up, maybe 1.5 times. Although the reports suggest that some of the actual OpenAI researchers who were poached were getting more like $5 million to $10 million.
Okay, so still way above the norm, even if not the full $100 million.
Exactly.
But just when you think those numbers are wild, then this news about a salary king emerges.
That's right. Rooming Ping.
Yeah, former AI lead at Apple reportedly offered over $200 million by Zuckerberg.
$200 million?
Yeah.
It's hard to even process.
And get this, the way the offer was made. Apparently, Zuckerberg gave him only a few hours to decide before it expired.
Which, you can understand why someone might initially think, is this even real? Is it a scam? That kind of pressure, that kind of money.
It's intense, and the comparison people are making really drives it home. They're saying that $200 million package is comparable to Cristiano Ronaldo's latest contract in Saudi Arabia.
A top AI engineer getting paid like a global football superstar.
Think about that, and the immediate effect. The reports say it greatly broke the industry salary ceiling. Just boom, new benchmark.
And you have to think about the knock-on effects, right?
Totally.
If you're an AI startup, how do you possibly compete with that for talent?
Impossible.
It makes it incredibly difficult, and maybe it even changes the calculation for individuals. Why go through the stress of founding a company if you can earn that much at a giant like Meta?
Good point. Less risk, potentially astronomical reward.
Though I guess it's good news for headhunters. They must be having a field day.
Probably. Okay, so let's dig into Rooming Pang a bit more. Who is this person commanding a $200 million offer?
Well, his academic background is certainly strong. Undergrad from Shanghai Jiao Tong University, master's from USC, PhD from Princeton. Solid credentials.
Right, but in the Valley, lots of people have great degrees. That alone doesn't usually command $200 million, does it?
No, not usually. It's his professional track record that really stands out. He spent, almost 15 years at Google?
Yeah, nearly 15.
And led some really critical projects there. Things like Zanzibar, their global authorization system.
Okay.
And Babelfish Lingvo, a big speech recognition framework. Also Takotron 2, which is an end-to-end speech synthesis model. So significant contributions.
Got it. Deep technical leadership. And then he moved to Apple.
Right. In 2021, became head of their foundational model team, AFM they call it, led about 100 engineers there.
And worked on some core Apple intelligence stuff like Genmoji and email summaries.
Exactly. So he was right in the thick of Apple's big AI push.
And now, his new home is Meta's superintelligence labs.
Yep. Which really tells you something about Meta's strategy, doesn't it? They're clearly trying to gather the absolute top tier of talent into this specific group.
It seems like it. And it's not just paying, right? This is part of a bigger pattern for Meta. They're still poaching aggressively.
Oh, yeah. Just recently, they picked up Alan Jabri and Lu Liu, two more well-known multimodal AI researchers from OpenAI.
Ah, okay. Also heading to the superintelligence team.
That's the report. Alan Jabri's got a background covering UC Berkeley, DeepMind, Google Brain, even Facebook AI research previously.
Wow, pedigree.
And Lu Liu was an OpenAI research scientist, worked on the GPT-4o image generation side, also worked at Character.ai and Google DeepMind before that.
So, top people. Do we know what Meta paid for them?
It hasn't been disclosed, but well, given the context, you got to assume it was pretty substantial.
Fair assumption. And it's not just poaching individuals. Meta's also acquiring whole companies, right? Like Play AI.
That's right. A smaller AI startup focused on voice tech, building LLM native experiences. Meta apparently picked them up for around $21 million.
21 million. Seems almost small compared to the salaries.
Huh? Relatively speaking, maybe. But strategically important. The Play AI team is joining Meta, reporting to Johan Schalkwyk.
Who also recently moved to Meta from another voice AI startup, Sesame AI.
Exactly. So you can see Meta making moves, likely bolstering their plans for AI voice assistants. Seems like a concerted push in that area.
It really does paint a picture of this Meta superintelligence labs being built as like a central hub.
A super team, basically. You've got Alexander Wang from Scale AI involved, GitHub CEO Nat Friedman, Daniel Gross from Safe Superintelligence.
Anzi Liu from OpenAI, Anton Bakhtin from Anthropic, plus Peng, Jabri, Liu. It's a formidable lineup.
Yeah, and when you combine this aggressive talent grab with their massive spending on compute power, buying tons of NVIDIA chips,
Right.
it really points to, well, maybe some anxiety about not falling behind in AI, but also serious ambition to really, tune the tables in the large model race.
Makes sense. They want to be the leader. And speaking of the talent they're acquiring, there was that interesting point about who they're successfully poaching, the Chinese talent angle.
Yes, that's quite striking. The report mentioned that out of 11 employees Meta supposedly poached from OpenAI, 7 are Chinese.
7 out of 11. That's significant.
Including Jiahui Yu, the one potentially offered the $100 billion package. And 4 of those 7 are apparently Tsinghua University grads in computer science or math.
Wow. Tsinghua grads really making waves.
It fits a broader pattern, too. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, has said something like 50% of global AI researchers come from China.
Half. That's huge.
And think about Elon Musk's XAI. Chinese talent makes up a third of his founding team. At the Grok 4 launch, there were 2 Chinese individuals on stage with Musk.
So this isn't just a Meta thing. It's across the top AI labs.
Seems like it. It's even led some people to observe that this AI war between the U.S. and China, sometimes it feels like it's being fought between Chinese in China and Chinese in the U.S.
That's a provocative way to put it. We saw something similar in semiconductors, right?
Yeah, that comparison has been made. It's a fascinating dynamic within the global tech competition.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what does it really mean for the bigger picture? These salaries aren't just headlines, are they?
No, not at all. They're actively reshaping the industry. Like we said, it makes life incredibly hard for startups trying to compete for talent.
Right. It could concentrate innovation even more within the big players who can afford these sums.
Exactly. And it sets a completely new benchmark for salary negotiations for any AI professional. If you have top skills, you now have these examples to point to.
It's a whole new ballgame for compensation.
Definitely. And that term salary king, it's interesting. It's come back.
Oh, it's been used before.
Yeah, in China. The first person really widely called that was Tang Jun. He was dubbed China's first professional manager.
Ah, okay. What was his story?
He got this reported offer of 1 billion RMB, a huge amount, from New Whaling Group back in the day. Though he later got caught up in a scandal about his academic credentials, the Diplomagate.
Right, I remember that. So the term has a bit of history.
It does. And it's kind of a potent mix, isn't it? Worker and emperor rolled into one. Applying it now to AI talent.
It really says something about how valuable these specific skills are perceived to be right now, almost like a new form of royalty in the tech world.
Kind of, yeah. It highlights the scarcity and the immense perceived value, creating maybe a new power dynamic in the labor market.
So let's quickly recap. We've looked at this incredibly intense talent war in AI. It's high stakes, driven by these just massive salaries.
Especially by giants like Meta, making very strategic, very aggressive moves. We've seen individuals getting paid like global sports icons.
Right. And we touched on the global nature of this talent pool, particularly the significant role of Chinese researchers and engineers within the US AI scene.
Yeah, adding another layer to this whole global competition story.
Okay, so here's something to leave you talking about. When companies are willing to pay sums this astronomical for individual AI talent, what does that tell us about how much they value AI itself, about its potential future impact?
hmm And if the $200 million ceiling was just shattered, what other ceilings are we going to see broken in the next few years as this technology keeps racing forward?
Definitely something to ponder.